Good morning, sixth grade band. Okay, as you guys remember, I'm Mr. Moriarty. I'm the head director here, and today we're gonna do day one of rhythm. So this is really the start of your musical career. Everything that we do today, we'll just build off of when you're learning an instrument, we're learning the theory. If you do high school band, eighth grade band, hopefully today is a good start to your musical journey, okay? So today we're going to be doing introducing quarter notes, quarter rest, measures, and bar lines, and the beat. Okay. But before we do that, if you guys remember from yesterday, Ms. Rios, the assistant director, she taught you guys how to sit and how to do quote band posture. Okay. So if you guys remember, if you're sitting in your chair at home, not your bed, not your sofa, but your chair, then you'll be sitting with your feet flat on the ground. And we'll post a picture and another where you can go back and review Ms. Rios' video from yesterday. But both feet are flat on the ground. And when you're sitting, you're scooted up in your chair, at least halfway, or sitting on the edge of the chair. And then your back is not gonna be slouched. You're gonna be nice and tall. Okay, shoulders are relaxed. Your head is nice and elevated. Okay, so just kind of go through that checklist right now. And you want to make sure that your feet on the ground are past your knees so that we can tap our feet, because we're going to pick either your right foot or your left foot, and we're going to, this is your foot right here, you're going to go down, up, just like that. Your heel is going to stay on the ground, and you're just going to pick up your toes and just tap your foot like that. Okay? So once you're all situated, then we're going to start. Okay, what you're hearing right now is called the beat, okay? And every time you hear the beat, your feet, or one of your feet, your left foot or your right foot, is gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, every time you hear the beat, okay? So for right now, just watch. We're gonna write down the definition and do all that stuff probably tomorrow sometime, okay? So here we go. Every time I hear the beat, my foot goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, just all the time. So it goes down and up, just like that. Okay, now in music, you may have heard this before, like in elementary school or fifth grade from one of your teachers, but one beat is a musical symbol called a quarter note, okay? And some of you may have already known that, and if you did, awesome job. Quarter note. Okay? And I'm going to draw some really messy quarter notes up on the board for you. Okay? Here it is. Really, really messy ones, right? Keep your feet going and make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Okay? Don't forget about that. So, you might have seen, and if you guessed, I drew 8 quarter notes up on the board. Okay? 3, 4, 8. Okay, and I want you to count them with me. We're going to count them together, just going 1 through 8 and counting and looking at each one of these quarter notes when we say the number. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Get ready. Down, up, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Ready? Down, up, ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome job. Okay. Now, I want you to, we're going to count that one more time, okay? But this time, I want you guys to, just relax for a second. I want you guys to think, when I say the numbers, okay? When I say the numbers, or when you say the numbers, is my foot down or is my foot up? You may already know, which is great. Okay? But think about it. When we say the numbers again, is my foot down or is it up? Okay? Sit up nice and tall and ready, set, and ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Think about it. Okay, if you guessed, or if you know that your foot is down when you say the numbers, congratulations, that's right. our feet are always down when we say numbers, okay? Now we're gonna add something, okay? So relax for a second. We're gonna add something to where my foot, or add something when my foot is up, okay? We're going to pulse our voices. So for example, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm using my stomach and kind of my voice to make like that bumpy pulse in our voice, okay? Try it with me a few times. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, be a bit more exaggerate with it. Try to see if you can really, really bring out the pulses. Okay, one more time. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's count this whole line together, counting the numbers and also pulsing our voices when our foot is up. Okay, saying the numbers when our foot is down, pulsing the numbers when our foot, or pulsing our voices when the foot is up. Okay, set up nice and tall. Ready, set, and ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time, bigger pulses. Ready, set, and ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Cool. Sit back and relax for a second. We're going to talk. Okay? So, review so far, or just a recap. Okay? You started hearing the beat. Okay, your foot started to tap down, up, down, up. So one beat equals down and up, okay, which we knew as a musical symbol or musical term is called a quarter note. And we drew a messy quarter note up here, but this is how it looks. It's like a black filled in circle with a line that's attached. Usually a straight line. My handwriting is a little crooked today, okay? So, and then we drew 8 quarter notes up on the board. We counted them all the way to 8, and then we started adding the pulse to our voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, okay? So if you need to go back and review, go back to the start of the video, you can watch it again and participate again. I'll give you a few seconds. And then we're gonna do just one more tiny thing, or a few more tiny things. Okay, so let's pretend that you have a question about note number 7, which is this note here. You raise your hand or you ask me, through Google Classroom or wherever, okay, and you say, Mr. Moriarty, I have a question about note number 7. And I say, yes, what is it? You ask me, I answer, and life is good, we move on, okay? But let's pretend that we're playing big kid music and we're an honors band or a symphonic band, and you have a question about note number 2,587. It's like, whoa, that's a lot of notes. And so I have to count in my music and go find, note number 2,587. And that's just not very efficient because we're wasting time and, then I might lose count and have to start over again and whatnot. So that's just not a very good way of doing that. So we have a system to kind of break down our notes into smaller groups, into smaller pieces. And we do that by drawing that and that, okay? Now you're like, well, that's just weird. You just drew 2 lines. Well, exactly. Okay. In math, you might know these as lines, but in music, we know them as bar lines. Okay. Say that with me. Bar line. Okay. And I'll draw it down here. Bar line. Okay. And here's another bar line. And because we've drawn these here, okay, we've just separated our notes into smaller pieces, into smaller chunks. Okay. So we've just created a measure, okay? And a measure is a group of notes, okay? This here is a group of notes. Where is another measure? Right here. This is our second measure, okay? So the bar lines separate our notes into measures, okay? So when we do that, it kind of changes the way we count and the way we read music, okay? So that question about note number 2,587, not an issue anymore, because when we count or read music and I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, we hit the bar line, something magical happens, something different happens, okay? And you might have already guessed it, but the numbers would start over, okay? So if I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, hit the bar line, numbers start over again. So So then you would go and count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Pretty easy. Okay. So I'm going to erase this right here because we don't need those words anymore because you already know them. Erase this right here because we don't need that. Okay. So let's go ahead and count this together. Okay, we're going to start here at the left-hand side. When we hit the bar line, our numbers start over here. Okay, make sure eyes are on the board here, and we're just scanning as we're reading. Okay, get ready. Okay. Sit up nice and tall. Ready, 1, 2, ready, set, and ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, makes sense. Let's try that one more time. Okay. Down, up, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay. And I'll come back in just a second, okay? Okay, so if you had to go back and review, that's fine, or just had to go take a coffee break or something, we'll do later, then that's okay. So we're gonna do one more thing, okay? And if it's too much for you today, that's okay. We're gonna do the same thing tomorrow and kind of review. So you're feel free to stop here, or if you want to, I'm gonna just introduce one more thing, okay? And that one more thing is silence, okay? This is beats of sound, because we're saying something where, you know, it's audible, it's sound, you know, 1, 2, you know, it's being heard, okay? So if we have a quarter note which represents one beat of sound, okay, do you know what a word that is opposite of sound, but also starts with an S? The opposite of sound, and it's also an S word, okay? Think about it. If you guessed silence, you're correct, okay? So we have beats of sound, but we also have beats of silence, okay? So if we have a quarter note, okay, then the corresponding, we might have a quarter rest. Okay, and I know I'm kind of getting way off there, it's hard to reach, but, and we draw a quarter rest by drawing a Z with the C underneath. Okay, we can practice it together. If you have a pen and paper, a pencil and paper, you can draw it here too. And I'll be right here if you can see. So we're gonna draw a Z with the C right underneath. Kind of like a weird, fancy, squiggly line, right? Okay, so that's a quarter rest. So, okay, I can replace any one of my quarter notes with a quarter rest. For example, I'm gonna take this out here, okay, and I draw a Z with a C. Okay, already it sticks out like a sore thumb. Why? Because it looks different than all of the other ones, right? These are quarter notes, you see they all look the same, and then this one, boom, it sticks out. Okay, so this is a quarter rest, which means that, is 3 gone? No, it's not gone, it's still there, but it has to look different because we don't say anything. So we have big numbers here. We're gonna draw a small number with a slash. Okay, and I make my numbers really big and then really small just to make a difference, okay? So we draw a little 3 or a small 3 with a slash. And that just tells us that 3 is still there, but we don't say anything. Okay, it's just a rest, it's silence. Okay, so in your head, or out loud since you're at home and I can't hear you, go ahead and count, measure 1, right? Measure 1, and see if you got it. See if that makes sense to you, okay? Give you about 5 seconds. Okay, let's go ahead and count, measure 1 together, and let's see if you guys got it, okay? Something you gotta remember is that when we count or play an instrument, we always have to sit up nice and tall, and our feet are nice and flat on the ground, and we're tapping down, up, down, up, down, up, okay? All right, here's measure 1. Measure 1, ready, set, and ready, go. 1, 2. 4. Ah, we have our beat of silence right here. Okay, so we don't say 3, right? Okay, if you got that, congratulations. Let's just try that again. Let's try that 2 more times. Ready, set, and count it. Ready, go. 1, 2, 4. One more time. Ready, go. 1, 2, 4. Cool. Okay. If you need to go back and review, go back and review. And I'm going to mix it up just a little bit and kind of throw some more quarter rests in there to see if it makes sense to you, okay? All right. Okay, so I changed the second measure, okay? So if you can help me out here, and you can say this out loud too, what are we going to write right here on this quarter rest? We always start with the number 1, but how is this going to look? Okay, and if you said a small 1 with a slash, good job, that's correct. Okay. What about for the second one here? Okay, the number that comes after 1 is 2. And look, it's a quarter note. So we're going to write a big 2, just like these big numbers over here. Then right here, we have another one of those quarter rests, one of our beats of silence, right? And so if you guessed that we write a small 3 with a slash, good job, that's correct. And then we're going to finish it out with some sort of big number because it's sound, right? Sound is always big numbers, okay? We have 1, 2, 3. Naturally, we would put a big 4, okay? Now just take a few seconds, kind of start right here, kind of just go through and see if that makes sense. Okay. We're gonna count this about 3 times, okay? The first 2 times will be just like this. The third time we're going to count it, we're going to take away the numbers because in music we read by notes and notation. We don't read the numbers. You know, save that for math class, okay? This is just to help our understanding of what is happening in the music. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and count these 2 measures starting here, and we're going to go all the way to the end over there. Okay, we'll do this 3 times. Okay. All right, get ready. Sit up nice and tall. Your backs are straight, your heads are up. Ready, count this with me. Ready, set, and ready, go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 4. Good job. Okay. If anything, we probably mess up around this area here because we have a lot of the rest in the quarter notes, right? Let's try that again, okay? Look ahead when you're counting as well. Down, up, ready, go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 4. Okay. Go ahead and pause it or go back and do that again if you need to. Now the third time we're going to do it, but without the numbers. So just like that. Okay. Now remember, there's only 2 things to remember. You know, you have these symbols here, right, which look like the quarter notes. Those are sound. Okay, and then you have the Z's with the C squiggly lines, and those are the quarter rests, our beats of silence, okay? All right, here we go, one more time. Okay, down, up, count it, ready, go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, okay? So that is your first day of rhythm, okay? Day 1 of rhythm, which is quarter notes and quarter rests. So that's a lot. You did a lot today, and that's awesome. Tomorrow, we'll have like a review of this, and you'll receive your what is the rhythm charts, and I have them here. One second. So each one of you guys will have this, okay? And this is what we use. This is exactly what this is here. and we'll just use that, okay? So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.